Alright guys, this is Aaskereia by Aaskereia. Today I'm going to be teaching you the intro of the song, and then it's going to be the mid-verse, and then it's going to be close to the ending. Before we get started, you might want to tune your guitar to E standard. So it's going to be E, A, D, G, B, E. So get tuned up, and we'll be back. Okay.
The old days were fun, but these days I'm all business.
No more sleepovers for you.
Okay, so you tuned up then. Awesome. Alright, to start the song, it's gonna be like the smooth part. Let me put it right now. So it's always gonna be the acoustic part guitar that does the same thing. Okay, so you get the picture. Pretty much the acoustic gonna be playing that part. I think for like 2 rounds. Yeah, I think 2 or 4 rounds. I'm not really sure. And once when they finish, and that's when the whole band starts, because of the drummer is making the signal. Oh, we got to start. You know, because of the drummer of the. So once when they start, that's when we start playing, you know. And so to learn that, I'm gonna teach you the beginning. So to play the beginning, you go to A string and B strings. D string. A and D to 7th and to the 9th fret. So you play a power chord here, but you're doing arpeggios. So you do that a power chord on 7 and 9, 7 on A string, and then 9 on D string. See here? Alright, but then you go, so you go on G string, you go to 7th fret, and then you go to D string, you go to 10th fret, then you do a half step down to 9th, which is D on 9th fret, 9th fret. So play out together. So you got that part done. Awesome. Practice and you'll get it. So then you go to, now the second part is gonna be you go, it's still A and D, pretty much it's used a lot in A and D. So A and D string, correction. So you go to the 5th fret on A. Then you go to on D string, you go to on 4th fret, and you make a power chord together, 5 and 4. Okay, so you go to like I said, 5 and 4 power chord, or it's like a first chord. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can see it, but then you go so you go, now that melody part, you go to fifth fret on D string. Then you do a whole step up, and you go to seventh on D. Then you go a whole step back on fifth. Then another once you do the whole step back, then you go a half step back again. So you end up on fifth, seventh, fifth, fourth. It's on D in that part. D string. Then you do another power chord. It's almost identical, the same thing, just that different precision. So it's gonna be on A on third fret, and you go on D string on second fret. So once you finish that part, I think it's gonna be like a whole note. So it's gonna be two whole notes, like for two measures, two measure bars. So once we finish that part, then you go back again to the second part. And it's pretty much gonna be repeated from the beginning. So let's do it together, but slowly.
With my bare hands.
Okay, so you got that part. Then it's gonna be another one. I don't know what I don't know too much experience of a guitar, but then it goes this part. Okay, so I messed up there. Anyways, so you're pretty much doing the same thing. It's just that it's gonna be a different, rhythm or tempo. I don't know what they call it, but you kind of get me what I'm saying for all your, all you experienced guitars. So it's pretty much gonna be repeated the same thing, just that you do a palm muting. think you do 3 times. So you do that 3 times on that part. Now the one with the arpeggios, you do it 4 times. 4 times. Once when you finish the 4th time, that's when you start doing this one. Okay, so I think it's triplets. Yeah, there you go, triplets. So you do the triplets, palm muting, and once we just finish the 3rd part, that's when you start getting the dark chords, you know, the dark melodies. Okay, so don't get too excited because, you know, a lot of people get really impatient and go right to it, like, oh shit, you know, I want to go. No, relax. Relax. I'm also still in process of learning guitar and stuff, and you know, I take my time. Sometimes I do rush myself, I do admit, but I recommend you guys just take it slowly, you know, take it slowly because that's what makes you better, you know. So you go on A string to the 5th, I mean, yeah, 5th fret. Then you go to D, you go to the 8th fret, half step down, and you go to the 7th fret. Then you go on top on A string and you go to 8. Then you go a whole step down to a 6th fret. So let's do it together but slowly. 5th, 8, 7, 8, 6. Okay, so once when you do that, then you go to the okay, then you go to G string and you go to 8. I mean, you go to 7th fret. I'm sorry. You go to G 7. Basically doing like a hammer on. Because it has to be the higher note, and then it goes low, and then higher, and then it goes lower again. But so you go to G 7th, hammer on 8. So 7th, hammer on 8, go to 7 again. Then you play the 2nd verse pretty much like the same part, but instead of going, you're not going there. You're actually going to 8, 7. Basically, it's on D string, all right. So 8, 7, 5th.
Now where's that damn dirty?
Then you go back a whole step up to the 7th. Half step up to the 8. Half step down. Then you go to 5th fret again. Half step down to the 4th. And pretty much going back to the beginning, which is A string on 5th fret. I don't know if I'm making myself clear, but let's do it together, you know, slowly. Once when you master, you know, you could, you know, go fast, you know, play it as the original tempo. So you pretty much do. If you pay attention to the song, I think it's gonna be 3 times or 4 times, if my calculations are right. So either one of those two, either 3 or 4 times you repeat that part, and then pretty much then you go back from the beginning, the arpeggios. So once when you do that, I think you do it like 3 or 2 times, and then once when you finish, then you do the triplets. So you do that part, and
We're happy to check out.
once when you finish, I think you do that 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. You do that part 3 times or 2 times. I'm not really sure. Once when you do that, from there you do this part. This one almost closer to the ending when you finish. Okay, so you do that part. So once it's pretty much a power chord. So you go to the 7th and 9th, and slide all the way down, all the way to the 3rd fret. So you do a power chord here on 3rd. A is gonna be on 3rd fret, and D is gonna be on 5th fret. Then it's gonna be a Now this time it's gonna be a little tricky. It's gonna be the power chord is very different. So once when you go to the third power chord, now here's a different chord. It's gonna be on 5th fret on A string, and then D string you go on 4th fret, meaning that your middle finger is gonna lay on 5th, and your index finger is gonna lay on 4th fret on D. I don't know if you can see it. Let's closer look. You see 5th, 4th. Sorry because of the light. So you go to the 9 part, slide all the way to the 3rd. Then go to the 5th. Pretty much goes repeated. Then you go to the 5th and 7th. 5th on A string, and 7th on D string. Then you go down, half step down from strings, and you go to pretty much it's gonna be 5th and 7th, but instead of A and D, it's gonna be D and G string. Then you go up again. You hear that part? Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. But you gotta do it faster. But try to work on your arpeggios. I recommend you to do warm-ups from it. You know, because you don't want to get get cramps in your hands. Because I get cramps sometimes, and it hurts. So I recommend you guys to warm up before you end up playing a music. Because if you don't warm up, you're gonna get really tired. Your hands gonna get worn out, and you're not gonna play you're not gonna last long playing. So once when you do that part, then you pretty much do the second verse part. So you pretty much do this part. You do it 3 times. That for sure I already know. You do it 3 times. And then once we finish that 3 times, then the third time, then that's when you start doing the second verse that I taught you earlier, you guys. So you do it 3 or 4 times. Once when you finish, then that's when it gets to the ending. So the ending is gonna be so you do a power chord, 5 and 7 on A and D. Then you do the opposite. Instead of 5 and 7, it's gonna be the same chord. It's just the opposite. So instead of 5 and 7, it's gonna end up bottom 5 and it's gonna be on top 7. Pretty much you're switching your fingers. Just that your index finger is gonna be on the bottom 5th, and your ring finger is gonna be the top 7th. So it's gonna be A on 7th fret and D on 5th fret. So it's gonna be end up like this. The little twisting part, you know, it's gonna be an ending twist. So that's how Aaskereia on the songs. That's how it is played. You know, but I'm not sure about live concerts or live tours or whatever. I don't know about live, but I only know about what's on YouTube, because I really pay attention to the songs. So sometimes I have to look and research it, whatever. So that's the song. I hope you guys like it. You know, there's the like button, there's the dislike. If you guys like more, you know, comment below whatever songs you guys want to recommend me. I know I'm beginning making like lessons, but I'm trying my best. You know, I'm still learning guitar, but sooner or later I will get pro and like more advanced, and then I can help you guys and teach you even more better. So I hope you guys like it. Give a thumbs up. All right, keep metal. Later.